nose and forget what you're drinking. It's not that bad at all.
That's true of a lot of things.
Very true. We're going to join Spencer in Augusta, Georgia now. He's with the Olympic rowing hopefuls, and these guys are going to go for the gold against a lot of odds. And this hour you're on the river, I see.
We are on the river. We're on a little boat, and the only effective way to talk to these guys is through our little handy-dandy rig here that we've rigged up to talk to these oarsmen that are out there. Now, basically, there's two different types of rowing. There's sculling, and then there's sweep rowing. What they're doing is sculling. Sculling is with 2 oars. Sweep rowing is with 1. So these guys are scullers. They're in a boat that's called a shell. It's about 46 feet long. It's about $60,000 boat. It's made of a lightweight, about 120 pounds worth of fiberglass. If we can get close enough to one of these guys and you actually talk to them, here we get Cyrus here. Now, what's your job when you're in the boat there, basically?
Basically not think too much and pull really hard.
No, okay, pull really hard. That's a good strategy, I guess, when you're rowing. The interesting part is, in the rear, if we could get to tie in the rear, is that you're what's called a stroke, and what's your job?
I set the rhythm for the boat, and in this particular rig, I also steer, and how quickly we row.
Now you're steering with your feet, right? Your feet is connected to the rudder. That what makes you go through the race.
Yeah, when I turn my toe, the rudder spins accordingly.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to watch you do your stuff, and we'll get out of your way, and we'll talk about the race a little bit. Because these are the U.S. national sculling team that's training. Now, there's 4 different types of boats. There's a quad is what they're in. Then there's a single, and a double, and a triple, depending on the amount of people that are in there.
Spencer, aren't you going to run along beside them, Spencer?
I don't think so. I think I like this power boat idea.
Okay.
Hey, James, can you tell us a little bit about the actual race, about what they go through?
Well, the races are 2,000 meters long, which is about 1.25 miles, and you start off with a couple real good strokes to get the boat up to speed, and then some pressure strokes to keep the rhythm, and eventually you settle into a good pace.
Now,
right now they're just going at a pretty basic low pace.
Do they communicate pretty well with each other? How do they know when to speed up or slow down and all that?
Well, there's a little bit of communication in the boat during the race, and
Oh, I
also
see.
in practice to make sure that everybody's set for the boat, starboard and port.
Oh, sure. Well, that's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Lots of communication about rhythm and how the boat is flowing.
Okay.
Hey,
now, this is an extremely grueling race. They said after it's about 2,000-meter race, so it takes about 5 or 6 minutes, depending on how many people are in there. And after the first 500 meters, they're completely exhausted, and everything after that is sure will and desire and the reason to win. And with other sports, it's usually a one-man sport. When you're doing a quad, you really got to be perfectly in sync. You're one with each other, and they're going along. It's like one organism, as Igor, the coach, described it as when they win the race, and they really can't let each other down. They work very well to each other, and we also wish them the best of luck in 1996.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Spencer, how can the guy steer if he's facing the wrong way? Whoop.
Whoops.
Never mind.
I don't think he can hear you, Jim.
Yeah, they're sinking.
Okay.
We better
Laurie?
walk away.
Laurie?
Yeah, Bob?
There is a sound problem, isn't there? It's not the mushrooms kicking in or anything, is it?
What are you talking about? You know what's funny is though they train in Augusta and then they take that big bus ride to Atlanta for the Olympics. You know? Usually you get to go somewhere for the Olympics. They'll be driving there though, unfortunately. Just a minute here.